times past, convoys of ships came to the calm shores of the Arabian Gulf to stock up with water and to evade the vicissitudes of storms. The years passed, Arab civilization spread, and the importance of Kuwait continually increased, especially as a commercial and shipbuilding center. Kuwait was not always free of trouble. It withstood the attacks of marauding tribes, but overcame them in battle. As a result, however, the old wall of Kuwait was built, stretching from Nisf in the east to the Badr district in the south. This wall gradually fell into despair, but after the renewal of fighting, a new wall was built, encompassing the city of Kuwait and its inhabitants. The length of this wall was 5 miles and its height 14 feet. It had 4 gates and many observation towers. What remained of this wall was finally pulled down only in 1957. Behind the wall, in times past, life used to go on, serene and orderly. We can imagine the ancient houses with winding corridors, wooden doors, and wooden ceilings supported by simply decorated columns which reflected the popular arts. People lived by the sea and gleaned all that its depths afforded. Some were fishermen and many more pearl divers, but most were in some way connected with the sea. Beside the shores of the Gulf, the Bedouin system was the basis of society. The head of the family was the pillar of authority, the fountain of charity and goodness. After the labor of the day diving for pearls or fishing, people would go to the old marketplace. A myriad goods were bought and sold, coal in one place, milk, meat or vegetables in another. What attracted the attention of the visitor to Kuwait was the goodness. Visitors found the Kuwaitis a kind and hospitable people, honest and trusting in their transactions. In the past, there were no clubs such as we find today, but there were the popular coffee houses. There, conversations would stretch into the nights, and the sound of laughter could be heard across the sands. Seafaring tales were told, and memories recalled of trips and voyages, fitting topics for the land of Sindbad. In these coffee houses, all kinds of disputes were settled as well. Family quarrels were thrashed out and commercial contracts were made. All this took place over cups of traditional Arab coffee in an atmosphere friendly and rapacious. Little of these outward characteristics can be seen in Kuwait today. Physically, the past has almost entirely disappeared, though the moral strength has been retained and molded into the present. Black gold came gushing out of the good Kuwait soil, bringing wealth and plenty for the Kuwaiti people and changing their lives entirely. The old collapsed before the new. Skyscrapers shot up. The noise of giant machines and bulldozers rent the silence of the calm shores. Each new dawn saw more roads and highways, linking places far and wide and facilitating the giant increase in commerce and transport. The government took great care to ensure that the new wealth should be spent wisely on the country's inhabitants to provide them with every comfort and security. Just one of the government's projects is to provide all Kuwaitis with modern, fully equipped homes. These mammoth buildings form part of the tremendous constructional developments that can be witnessed everywhere in Kuwait today. The government also purchased run-down houses from the people at highly attractive prices, thus providing them with an additional source of income. Then the government converted the areas purchased into roads, new housing blocks, squares and public gardens. The average electric output per head in Kuwait is among the highest in the world, a yardstick of the high standard of living. Nevertheless, despite the already high output, the state persists with new electrical generating projects for both domestic and industrial users. The Shoaiba project is among the most important of the new plans for electrical growth. Water distillation plants are also on the increase. The efforts of Kuwait in converting seawater into drinking water are important to the world at large and have been noted in United Nations reports. These shores that once provided shelter for trading ships and adventurers are now major ports, continually humming with activity. Come with us now to the port of Shuwaikh. Thousands of ships come here each year to disgorge themselves of thousands of tons of wheat as well as goods of almost every description. The ships replenish with new goods to carry away. The ships dock at enormous concrete wharves, while unloading takes place smoothly and efficiently with the aid of giant cranes. Kuwait management makes these docks among the best run in the world. Also plays an important role in Kuwait today, linking it to the outside world. Kuwait Airport lies halfway between the cities of Al-Kuwait and Al-Ahmadi. It is equipped to handle the largest and fastest jet planes. All the latest navigation, communication and observation aids are used. Nearly all the world's major airlines have services to Kuwait, linking it to the farthest corners of the earth. The state has paid great attention to the armed forces as well, building for the defense of the nation a modern, well-equipped army. Kuwait is a peace-loving nation, though, and keeps an armed force only to safeguard the gains and integrity of the people and their state. Everywhere throughout Kuwait today, construction continues to provide houses and buildings of every kind, educational, medical, cultural, and agricultural. This is the city of Kuwait, whose brilliant lights sparkle like emeralds along the shores of the Arabian Gulf. Above all, Kuwait is a bastion of Arabism and Islam, a defender of freedom, and a strong supporter of the Arab people's aspirations to peace and prosperity.